very interesting. We just clicked the Young Ye one. Shout out to Young Ye. We just clicked that right before I started the stream, and I was like, we need to do the stream. We need to. It's a late one. I'm sorry. I don't even know. I just wanted to say we're starting off the stream, this video, trying to find the actual stream. So we're gonna have to watch someone else's stream to see it.
A review process.
That's what it sounds like to me. So we're about to pull up on Asmongold. Actually, let's go back. Can I go back? How do I go back? This way, right? Yes. Yes. Let's pull up.
Watching this, you might be watching this later.
Let's pull up Reforged Gaming. And then we'll see what Asmongold has to say. Actually, let's see what Reforged has to say.
They apparently stole their entire art direction from an artist on Twitter. We covered that in a live stream. If you want to check out my coverage of that, I've not really been holding back in my scathing criticism of Bungie as a company, especially not now.
It's been going viral. It's been going viral that the art team from Marathon, part of Bungie, stole some artwork from, is that Anti-Real? I don't want to get their name messed up. They're a whole person that creates these interesting designs that are almost the exact replica of what this person or what Marathon has in their game. So Marathon has the exact replica of what this individual created, and it like some of the art style for the game. I mean, their art style for the game is like very interesting. Or it's something else. It's to be desired for. I'll put it that way. But the specific way that they have some of the art and the way it looks, or font, certain shapes, so on and so forth, they apparently took from this individual without paying, and that's a no-no. That is a no-no. And who was it? I forgot who I was watching. Was that Inked? Was that Inked TV? This individual, he's a video game content creator. We watched his reaction of watching Upper Echelon. I think that's how you say it. Upper Echelon. YouTube channel. He makes great videos. Both of these individuals make great videos. Go check them out, and then also go check me out at Kicking It with Timmy B. So I'm watching. It's like an inception at this point. I'm watching someone else, exactly like how we're doing right now. Watching someone else. And they brought up how I forgot what I was gonna say. Just about the art style and how this individual needs to get a lawyer and to get a fat purse, a fat purse. Shout out to Reforged Gaming. Go check them out. I want to see what Asmongold has to say about this. He had me dying.
A review process to ensure instances like this don't happen again on Marathon.
All right, so he went right to it. Yeah, because I kind of just want to go right to it. I am not going to... Obviously, I wasn't able to stream it. I would have streamed the whole thing. I didn't have time, so I wasn't able to watch it. I tried to, like, prohibit myself from watching too much. So we've, like, seen... literally the first like little bit of this, so I want to get the whole context at some point, but the homie Asmongold is right here. and I pretty much got the whole context is that it's plagiarism and plagiarism is bad and you don't do that. You don't do that. Writing, like stealing people's like ideas and stuff like that, their words for, you know, you got to quote, you got to bring quotations, cite, you know, cite your sources. You got to do all that stuff. And you also got to pay people if you use their designs. Let's go check out what Asmongold has to say.
These things were not inspired by, they were directly copy pasted by Bungie. Like, I'm talking about
bars.
Let's get down to the pixels, all right? That is in Marathon.
Yeah, I was trying to see this, but I was driving, so I didn't.
That is the Twitter artist's art.
No texting and driving.
That's the same thing.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't Bungie. It was just a single guy. Well, no. I mean, there's a process.
Wait, go back.
There's a a process of things that go through this. And also, honestly, I wish they had stolen somebody's idea.
Oh yeah, I mean it's clear. Aleph. It's a dark space. It says dark space. Haulage Logistics. So they just took this company name and just added 2 other words to it and some dashes or some minus signs. Like, yo, that's crazy. It's right here too. Interesting. Anti-real. Shout out to Anti-real. Whoever this individual is, looks like they're about to be on a come up. Legendary dropped a video. Like everybody's dropping a video. Astacross, Mudahar, Big Fry TV. I think I seen Clownfish TV. Shout out to them. Yo, this is bonkers. How a game that, let me get this straight. People wanted, I think Bungie, there was a community or part of the community that wanted Bungie to make an extraction shooter. I don't think, I may be wrong here. I don't feel like I am though. I don't think anybody was asking for this though. I don't think anybody was asking for this. I'm just going to say that. So
ideas for character design, maybe the game would have looked better. But anyway, of course, Bungie's not obligated to hire me for making a game. Oh, this is what I said about it, right? After looking at the references, it's obvious that this was directly copied. Embarrassing for Bungie. They should at least give the artist a few $100K, and at least, and honestly, they should hire the artist and fire whatever clowns they have working there now.
All right, we're live.
Bars. Bars. I mean, I kind of feel that for like the hackers. There's all these like these hackers that are so good at hacking and doing stuff. Why aren't these companies why aren't there's people that mod, right? They go into the games and add all this stuff. Why aren't companies hiring these people to help them make these games? Complete the game faster, more efficient, get DLC, more help. I mean, obviously it comes into money. Everything comes into money, right? Money. But the point of this guy, this individual, I'm hearing that this individual, someone at Bungie's art department is following this individual on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. They're following this person for years now, and they're just collecting. It almost seems like they're just collecting all their ideas from this individual's, I don't want to say like X account, but this individual's work. That's crazy. So, but you're not having this person involved in the game. Not only that, you're not paying them. Like, what? I could almost see if they weren't paying them, you just have them in the game and doing this work, and then they get like a bunch of cool stuff and like maybe an opportunity to work on the next project, but like not as somebody who's like official, you know what I mean? Or they could just be like, yo, let's hire this person. You know what I mean? Like, they just did this. Let's pay them for their artwork. Let's put it in the game, and let's hire them to do the artwork for all of our games now. But I'm hearing that there was like layoffs. I don't know if like I'm seeing some things. Is this why? It's just crazy. It's that money.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm Joe. In case you don't know me, I'm the game director here on Marathon. To my left here, or potentially on the right on your screen, depending on if it's mirrored, is Joe Cross, everybody's favorite Joe, our director on Marathon.
They're memeing this guy right now. It's crazy.
Sitting across from me
is the audio director.
Is Andrew Witz, gameplay director, and we're gonna spend some time talking about some stuff today. Our show is a little bit different today. We planned actually to show a lot more stuff. We got for a lot of reasons we're about to get into. We decided not to show a bunch of the stuff, but we are going to be discussing a lot about what we learned through Alpha, some of the plans that we're going forward with. But before we get into that, Joe Cross has some sort of topic that he wants to talk to you all about.
Yep. Thanks, Joe. And hey, everyone. I'm Joe Cross, franchise art director of Marathon. And wanted to take a minute to talk about some of the events from yesterday.
Wait, go back.
It came to our attention, and sorry, I wrote this.
Yeah, go back. I don't know if that's his.
And wanted to take a minute to talk about some of the events from yesterday. It came to our attention, and sorry, I wrote this. I wanted to make sure I get this message right.
Bro
it came
is
to our attention that an artist who worked on Marathon
he said,
in the early stages of pre-production took a number of graphic elements from a graphic designer without permission or acknowledgement and placed them on a decal sheet that was then checked in 2020. The decal sheet included icons and text elements.
They can't even figure this out?
Ended up in our alpha build.
Okay.
And there's absolutely no excuse for this oversight. And we are working on and 100% committed to our review process to ensure instances like this don't happen again on Marathon or at Bungie. A few of the things that we've done over the last 24 hours and what we're doing to shore up the review process are as follows. We've reached out to Anti-Real, the artist in question, and followed up to ensure that we do right by this artist. We're auditing all of the previous work by the artist, the internal artist, including the environment decals already in the build, which is part of why we're delaying some of the content we're going to show today. And we're committed to removing anything that is
stolen or not.
Questionably or inappropriately sourced. We're doing a very broad decal audit, and if we locate any other details or elements, we'll make sure that those are eliminated, recreated in-house for sure. Hundreds of artists have worked on this project for years, internally and externally.
But why was this guy not working with you? That's cool that all these other people were working, but why was this guy not working for you? Like, you could talk about how all these other people were working there. Oh, that's cool. I'm sure my guy is probably like, but why am I not on this team?
And we share many influences, including
you have my designs
modernism,
on your game. That no one asked for.
Typography, 2000s style vector art, cyberpunk, and of course the original Marathon trilogy. Our style is a result of all of those inspirations. And it's also worth noting that none of our external partners who've worked on branding or any part of the visual design of our game were involved with this situation. And lastly, personally, I have a huge amount of respect and admiration for artists working independently and producing and making a living doing commercial or fine art. And we've worked with many of them. It's one of my favorite parts of the job is to make those connections and create content and collaborate.
Wow.
And so to that extent, I want to send my personal apology to Anti-Real, whose work was used in this case. And I know how unfair this feels.
Wow. I mean, that's got to be crazy. You're just, we're trying to put this game out here, folks. Let's talk about our game, right? All right, so the game does this and does that. Oh, okay. Art. You're gonna have to do a public service announcement. you gotta do an announcement here on stream. But I thought we were talking about the game. Yeah, we're talking about the game. We're talking about the art that was stolen. Oh, okay. So now, yes, now.
And we're doing everything we can to make this right with her. Her work is fantastic, and we clearly share mutual appreciation.
It's a her.
We
for
know.
a specific genre of graphic design.
We know.
It's very exciting, and I'm excited to have folded that into our style in general. So thanks for listening, and thanks for your patience.
She won.
So absolutely, and thank you, Joe, for coming in and chatting with us.
Asmongold has one of the funniest chats like a streamer can have. I think he probably has like the top chat. Him and Kai Sinet and like I Show Speed, they have like the chat so fast, but if it slows down or if you catch up, you can actually like see what's going on. These folks, they have so many funny reactions. It's so funny how you can get a reaction from a text someone puts on the screen. Like I know that sounds so stupid to say, but like it's so funny how we can get enjoyment from like memes and stuff like that. But the text on the screen that somebody puts in this chat, it has me dying sometimes, especially when you're looking at the chat and you're looking at Asmongold, or you're looking at the chat and whoever that the streamer that you're watching. But it's hysterical, but especially for this fool, because they be going ham. They be going ham in the chat. They be cooking him, or they be cooking whoever that's in the video, so on and so forth. So let's get back into it.
About that. If they have any further questions about that, feel free to ask them as we go along. We're probably going to transition now and just talk a little bit about Alpha. And Alpha was a big...
Back to the game now. We did our public service announcement. Back to the game.
Milestone for us. There was a lot of stuff that went into it. It was always intended to be kind of like a smaller slice of the game. Wits, right? As we were going into it. Feel free to talk, by the way. It was always kind of meant to be a smaller slice of the game. It was always meant...
I can't wait for Arc Raiders to drop, whenever that is. It's looking like it's going to be a ghost drop, but we just don't know when, right?
To be sort of like testing a little bit more of that like core combat and some of the baseline of the progression systems that we have, and it was really great to hear a lot of the feedback, especially from those who played the game, as well as people who witnessed it, and sort of get a sense of where everyone was attaching to certain things and where they didn't see as much.
Shout out to Paul Tassi. Paul Tassi, man, the #1 marathon defender. Crazy. Upset that marathon was not getting enough players for their playtests, so the folks at Bungie weren't giving their codes out to the player base, while Arc Raiders drops their playtests to, I guess, a small but kind of large pool of people, and folks are loving Arc Raiders better, or they're liking it more than what the folks are playing Marathon, the Marathon closed test or alpha test here. You're getting, man. And there's an issue because it's the game company, Bungie, or the folks at Marathon not giving out their more codes. I wonder why, dude. you kind of wonder why, because these folks are just in shambles right now. And this game is supposed to come out when? This year, right? In September? Is this going to be delayed? Like, it's Concord 2.0. It says it right there. And these folks are like game journalists, or they call themselves game journalists. It's so crazy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the video.
Much meat as they wanted, or things that they didn't like, like at all, or things that they did really like, so there's a wide variety of opinions that sort of came about. A couple of things that we really learned, we really wanted to talk about, though. One was the idea of sort of the core of the survival game. I know we talked about this a lot, Wits. The survival game being this sort of idea of not just running through the environment and trying to survive other people trying to shoot you or the enemies, but like all the different challenges of trying to get out.
What is the chat?
And we feel like some of the bigger things that we missed on that we know we wanted to see, but we kind of like didn't land.
That's in their chat.
Like the idea of like resources and the survival economy. If you want to talk a little bit about that, Andrew.
Yeah, like we basically
Dr. Lupo. Yeah, so Dr. Lupo, man, it's crazy. He was hyping this game up too. It's so insane. So insane. I didn't even watch the Jack Frags video. I think Stoddy and a couple of these other folks played it. A lot of those folks like to hype up these like games. It's just sickening. Why hype up this game and then you get Big Fry TV's in here. He said game is dry. Yo, I just see that. This guy, Dr. Lupo, gets caught cheating in a chess game. So hold up, back up. Dr. Lupo hypes up this marathon game by getting access, hypes it up, gives them good feedback, and then gets caught cheating in chess. And then this freaking happens with them stealing the art from this individual, anti-real, male or female individual. And then I'm hearing they stole some kind of meme from someone and they put it in the game. They stole someone's meme from like years ago and put it in this game and didn't. What? Yeah, it's just so hard to believe this stuff. It's so crazy.
That's
You're dropping what's going on, man?
Right? Too much heals.
How does this keep happening?
And so people were lasting the session for a really long time, and we didn't really kind of push you out. And so we
is Destin in
build, and so we've been really like focused on.
Nuh-uh.
Really kind of push you out.
I just seen a post by Destin. He must be. Oh, he's right here. Oh, so that's him saying that. Destin goes, how does this keep happening? I can't see this. Isn't the first, or this isn't, I guess he capitalized this. Isn't the first accusation like this. Have the artists in the past who have made similar claims Bungie verified in September 2025 been fairly compensated. So this isn't the first time. There was some other, I think there was some kind of Red War or something like that. Somebody made a WordPress of like the whole storyline of the DLC for Red War for the DLC for Destiny. What was that, 1 or 2 or something like that? The Red War, and then the folks at Bungie took the DLC out of the game. So that's like a piece of content that was there. You just can't play it anymore because of that reason. So it seems like there's multiple instances of this.
Yeah, like
I mean, who defends this? Come on, man. Like, I don't understand how you could. This is so interesting because these folks are just chilling here. I mean, they're not the. Is this guy the? Like, we gotta go back, make sure this guy's not the art director. This guy's not the art director, right? As Nicole said it, so I'm just like, I don't want to be getting. Like, he could be over here roasting this guy. He's actually not the art director, but. Yeah, this is so crazy. Oh my god, let's just play the video.
Basically,
I'm just like, how do you come back from this?
We were dropping like too much ammo, right? And too much heals.
How does this keep happening?
And so,
yeah, they look like a bunch of
people were
stoners.
lasting the session for a really long time, and we just didn't really kind of push you out. And so
the guy on the left does.
We knew this was going to happen in the build, and so we've been really like focused on how we can improve that and get more hazards in the game. There's a lot more hazards in the current build. There's a lot more evil things we have in the game, as also like and half the guns are in the build, and so the other half are not in the build. So you haven't even seen half of the weapons. I know that there was some folks that thinking that like that was the full library. It is not. It's like half the guns in the game, and they were dropping too often too. Like we were dropping too many guns, too many long shots.
Gold
I know
is
long
not
shots were a thing.
entertained by this whatsoever.
We're focused on
Oh man.
Yeah, there's the core of it is ultimately.
How do you go back to talking about the game after giving a public service announcement? It's like that lady from The View. I don't even want to get into that. If you look into the ladies on The View, they had to give some kind of public service announcement in the middle of their show, stating that they were wrong about what Pete Hegseth, or I'm pretty sure the Secretary of Defense. Let's get back into it.
We wanted more stories where there was about like using your resources wisely, and we just didn't feel like we put people, or like we didn't put players in a situation where they needed to use their resources wisely, and as a result there weren't enough stories where it was like, oh, I ran out of this thing and I had to figure it out, or I really needed this thing and I was searching around trying to find it. And so we want to build more of those stories moving
September
forward.
23rd,
and so we've been doing a lot of internal iterations. I know even our most recent build, we've stripped back a lot of those pieces, and we're seeing some kind of crazy stories come out of that. So so that's a big part of the survival economy. You talked a little bit about like survival challenges, like the idea of like the environment being a little bit more hazardous to you, or is there any stuff you want to share there, Andrew? Little bits?
Yeah, we're working on we're working on a bunch of stuff.
I don't think this is dropping no September 23rd, ladies and gentlemen. This guy
with Lars's team. Also, Lars is here.
Lars, if you want to talk about it too.
I don't know. He said, welcome back, Concord. Can Bungie survive this? Right? Can Sony continue to have this partnership with Bungie if they can't produce them a extraction shooter or this big multiplayer game for their console, for their PS5 Pro? Oh man. This game ain't releasing September 23rd. Are you going to discuss stealing artwork? They already did, though, man. Add a solo mode. Chat, is marathon cooked? Why laughing? These are not the issues the game is facing. Yeah, it's... I can't watch this trash. I'm out. Later, thieves. Why would anyone support this product? Man, that's in their chat. That's in their chat. That's not in Asmon's chat. That's in their chat, dude. Ladies and gentlemen. That's in their chat. That's terrible. I mean, that's like a few people, but like that seems like a big the consensus of this. It's just like, what an absolute mess of a game that this is. These people who got coaxed into making this game are just absolute, just sad, man. Just sad. I don't want to be mean, but like I'm just gonna be real. It's just sad that these people thought or were forced. I don't know if somebody was like gunpoint to these people. You gotta make this game right now. You gotta make it by September 23rd, 2025. You gotta make this game. Concord didn't go through. Make the game right now. I feel so bad. Like, I don't, because these people get paid so much money, and people tend to waste money. I've wasted money before, so I could speak on that, but I've never wasted money on no Bungie level. The whole point of this is people waste money. These companies waste so much money on incompetent people who don't know or actually like have any love for what they're doing. It's crazy. This is so simple. I mean, making a video game is one thing, but when you're making a product, you're providing the service, you're expecting, and you're asking for this amount of money, and you have this kind of reputation, a lot is expected from you. Expectations, you could be let down, but I think this is a little bit pushing it, pushing the line of these people don't care about anybody but themselves. They only want money. They want you to buy or invest in their game. That is terrible. That no one wanted. They wanted an extraction shooter, but they didn't want whatever this nonsense is, this Destiny extraction shooter. They probably wanted a Destiny extraction shooter, but they probably didn't want this one. And if they wanted an extraction shooter, they probably wanted like a Halo, an actual Halo extraction shooter, because people were talking about if Halo, not Halo 5, Halo Infinite, excuse me, the most recent one, they were like, is that game gonna have a battle royale? And we were all just like, everyone was mixed on it, but you could tell that there was a lot of folks that were asking for a battle royale. The folks like who made Halo. Halo. I understand 343 Industries and Bungie are split and became this whole thing. It's a nonsense, absolute nightmare. But the whole point of this is those folks asking for that. They wanted a battle royale. I mean, obviously everyone's kind of a little burnt out from the, I wouldn't say a little, it's pretty burnt out from the battle royales, but that's something people were asking for then when that game came out, and it was supposed to be the flagship, Halo Infinite or whatever that recent one is. It was supposed to be the flagship for the Series X, which is like this paperweight at this point. It just collects dust here. If you have a PC, you can play pretty much all of those games that are on that. But the whole point of this is, which I kind of forgot because we were just going in. I'm talking about the Xbox paperweight. People wanted that battle royale. People were verbal about that, and they didn't do that. So what are they to do? They come out with Concord, which is this hero shooter that no one wanted, like another hero shooter that they invested all this money into it, and then after, what was it, like a week or two, they made it, I forgot how much it was, and then they made it free, and it had all these disgusting looking characters for like heroes, and it's just another hero shooter that over like that, just so burnt out from these. Oh my god, it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense after nonsense after nonsense. And then you're like, do they learn their lesson? Oh man, do they learn their lesson? That's the question of the day for me. Did they learn their lesson? Because now this seems like they're making another bad investment into a game that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for.
So Lars, you should talk about all the fun things and all the ways that
the audience. How are you trying to kill players, Lars?
Well, how are you trying to kill the game?
plants now that we have in Marsh and Perimeter. So like going between POIs, you will have to keep a lookout for that. For the people who got really used to switching to knife and just going full bore, you're not going to be able to do that any longer in the game. So we're thinking about all those kinds of things in the world that make sense. Like the world really does not want you there. There's obviously the UESC. They obviously don't want you there and trying to stop you. But like maybe that's a good segue to, I don't know, Wits, if you want to talk about some of the UESC stuff we've been looking at lately as well.
We definitely know that the UESC they took a lot of damage. They were like overly reacting, like hit reacting, and so we're looking at reducing what's called like first sighted, which is like they look at you and they're like you, and then they get into combat with you and then they take some shots. We want them to be more stand their ground robots and hit that killer mecha infantry fantasy that they kind of want to bring. So we're adding we're looking at transitions for going right to combat when they see you. We also noticed that when players were engaging in combat with the AI, they couldn't ever like disengage. They couldn't like kind of be like, okay, like I'm fighting, how do I break line of sight? And like they kind of
stealth options didn't work as strongly as you wanted to, right? In that way.
Yeah. And so we're looking at that. We're looking at we had there's a few bugs we had where you take.
I just don't. Oh man, I don't even have that like crazy of a setup, but I finally got my audio and I have my issues, but like, yo, I mean, there's not like two other people. It's not like another person here. It's just me here. I have a microphone. Hello. Hello, I have headphones so I can hear through my screen that I'm looking at. Through my double screens here. With this like it just and I'm not like $1 billion whatever company. Some guy said, I forgot what video that was. They said that Bungie makes so much money, they make more money than like nation states or like countries or something like that. Like that's crazy. Y'all can't afford somebody like an audio engineer. Bro, it must be hard out here, bro. Like they must be penny pinching. They must be penny pinching to get this game out there. Like penny pinching. Let's pay these influencers to go play the game and then go hype it up. That's what we're spending our money on. And then we're just reskinning Destiny in this extraction shooter with somebody else's art that we stole. Whoa. Whoa. And we can't afford an audio engineer, man. Like, please hire me? No, I don't. I don't want that job.
Like you have your knife and you take out like a recruit, and then like the entire POI, the entire like point of interest, like knows exactly where you are. They're running toward
people.
You. That's a bug we're working through right now with the team. And so the intent is that that makes noise obviously, and the nearest units like investigate that area versus the entire hornet's nest comes barreling towards your direction. And so we're looking at both increasing their challenge and making them more satisfying.
Boring.
Go for the sort of support and for sharing your.
I'll leave this link in the description below. Shout out to Asmin, Gold, and these two individuals from the Marathon dev team. Let's get back into
feedback and opinions with us. It's all super.
It's your boy Kicking It with Timmy B. Hit the like, share, and the subscribe button. Hit me up on all platforms at Kicking It with Timmy B.
Valuable, and we've been listening. We're like constantly talking about how to tackle it. We're doing a lot of things already to tackle it. We're sorry we couldn't show anything this week. Unexpected
screenshotted him, bro.
Conditions came up, but next time we want to be showing you a little bit more about what we're working on, and hopefully that'll be exciting to see. But yeah, thank you all very much.
Wow.
Look forward to talking to you again soon. Yeah.
Tell him to raid me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the end. And we're at the end here, and we're going to see what Reforge has to say, and then we'll go see what X has to say, and then I'll give my last thoughts on that, and I guess I have to be somewhere in the morning. I would say I would love to play Doom: The Dark Ages right after this for a little bit, but oh man, we're pushing it. We're pushing it. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hey, bars. Tomorrow I'll definitely be on. Get more of a reaction from me. Yeah, bars. Let's go.
Those guys.
Yes.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Didn't really address it. They just talked about some bullshit for a while.
Sweet.
Man. I really gotta say, guys.
Silence.
Looking good for Marathon.
Let me go back and play that.
Guys.
That's a jam.
This isn't looking good for Marathon.
That's great. That's absolutely great. I'm not gonna play anymore. I'll leave the link in the description below. Shout out to Asmongold and this fool here and the folks from Marathon. Oh man, what an absolute garbage pile they got here. I hope somehow that they can salvage that, but I highly doubt it. It's looking like they may have to delay it. To be real. Looks like they're probably gonna have to delay it. Now, earlier I tapped into Reforge stream, and I seen it. I caught like the ending of the Marathon stream, I think, and he was explaining it. It's just very interesting because he has a way with words. So does Asmongold, and the way he breaks it down seems, I think it seems pretty spot on. Shout out to Reforge.
In this case, yes.
He's watching like ass across.
Let it play out.
Room that was underneath AI Blank, or the sort of twisty and turny tunnels that are underneath bio research. And so yeah, again, I think it's like starting at the baseline and then figuring out the right things to add and thinking about that approach from first principles going forward too.
All right, Joe, do you want to close us out with anything?
Yeah, once again, I want to appreciate everybody for like sort of
the viewership just dropped the entire time. They barely have 5,000.
Or whoever was part of watching it, or just even part of the discourse. We really appreciate it. You know?
Oh man,
we're
what a
really,
joke!
Like, excited that a lot of people are interested in sort of seeing where we evolve this game and sort of how we're continuing to iterate on it and make it better. So thank you all for the feedback. Thank you all for the questions. Thank you all for the sort of support and for sharing your feedback and opinions with us. It's all super valuable, and we've been listening. We're like constantly talking about how to tackle it. We're doing a lot of things already to tackle it. We're sorry we couldn't show anything this week. Unexpected conditions came up, but next time
we just have to sit here and just look at these numbskulls.
Hopefully it'll be exciting to see.
So we hear. So just, oh man, the build up to this is just wild. Yeah, let's do the stream. Where's your gameplay at? I'd probably know if I watched the whole thing, but there's no gameplay. It's just these two schmucks answering questions or calls from people asking about the game with nothing to show. With this cool Keyblade chain and stealing people's art and not paying them. It's great, man.
Thank you all very much. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Yeah.
Excuse me.
No. No, he didn't. He did not. That man did not salute through tears, did he? Come on, bro.
Did he?
Watching it or just being part of the discourse, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, this guy, he's
like excited that a lot of people are interested in sort of seeing where we evolve this game and sort of how
he is in there right now
to iterate on it and make it better. So thank you all for the feedback. Thank you all for the questions. Thank you all for the sort of support and
you
for
said
sharing
sort
your
of
feedback and
support
opinions with us. It's all super valuable, and we've been listening. We're like constantly talking about how to tackle it. We're doing a lot of things already to tackle it. We're sorry we couldn't show anything this week. Unexpected conditions came up, but next time we want to be showing you a little bit more about what we're working on, and hopefully it'll be exciting to see. But yeah, thank you all very much. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, that guy is crying. Oh, yeah. Yo, that's crazy. Hey, yo, you can see his eyes are kind of watering up a little bit. A little bit. He looks distraught right now. That's crazy work. Yo.
No. No, he didn't. He did not. That man did not salute through tears, did he? Come on, bro.
He gave the straight up salute. He looked right at the camera, gave the straight up salute.
I can't, bro. Yo. I can't.
If Reforged never said that, I would have never even noticed it, homie. That's so funny. Shout out to Reforged. Yo,
I can't do it. I can't.
Hey, yo, that's crazy, bro.
That man saluted through tears, and he looks like he's ready to cry. Look. Oh no, I won it. There it is. That's it. That's the look. That is the look of a defeated man.
I'm done. Hey, yo, I'm done. Shout out to Reforged Game. I think I've had enough. I'm gonna leave the link for his live stream in the description below. He just got his Twitch and everything back. Go hit him up. Reforged Gaming and Reforged TV. I think it's Reforged Gaming TV. Oh man, that is hilarious. I'm almost about to cry. Yo, I'm almost about to cry. That is that is hysterical. Oh man. I'm sorry. I kept freaking the Twitch shadow up. All right. Hold up real quick. We have to just... Oh, actually, yeah, just go back. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. I spelled it wrong. All right, it's Marathon. Marathon the game. Okay, so this is their Twitter page. I'm not gonna be posting anything crazy. I just want to see what they're talking about. Because this is so crazy. How is this game? How are these people promoting this game in this stream? You can't find that stream right now. Where is this stream? Am I like that out of touch here? Do I have to go? I don't even want to go to their website right now. Okay. Right. This is where it's at. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, it's getting late. It's never too late to laugh right quick, though. To go check these comments. Let's go check these comments out. James, Azen Slick Slaya says, we have, in this picture, he posted a picture, we have ideas. We are brainstorming. This game comes out in a couple of months. Dude. I think Reforge also mentioned he brought up a good point. It's like building an airplane in the sky. Like as it's flying, it's like, what? Nah, bro. It needs to be built on the ground, tested completely, all kinds of tests, and then it goes into the air. We're not building in the air. All that stuff's going to be down here on ground level. I told you so goes. Kudos to your attorney or to your attorneys for managing the messaging surrounding the admitted theft. Minimizing the whole impact is the only argument they have, but it's easily identifiable as BS. Hence, why no gameplay was shown to it. Right. Bewildered beast. It's utterly overcooked, man. What a disaster. Hire artists that don't steal art from other artists. So about the blatant art theft, y'all are trying to sweep under the rug. Anonymous. This is Maverick. Anonymous. If you only knew how bad things really are. And it's the picture of the guy on the right side of the video that we just watched. If anybody's like not watching, they're just listening. It's been funerals. More cheerful. That's Eric Soho or Sicko. Gabriel Manco or Manco. As with Concord, the discussion surrounding the game is far more exciting than the game itself. Not a good design. That's crazy. That's crazy work. It's very interesting that he said that. He gets a repost. S3MTX. About 2 minutes of pre-written, lawyer-approved script stated with no emotion and spoken while looking down at said script 90% of the time. Like there were literally people in the chat, in Asmongold's chat, saying it was Chat GPT. The rest of the stream was them mumbling about random stuff while experiencing the worst audio issues I've ever listened to. Just can it, he says. Anthony Mirage, you guys are cooked. Stones and Snakes, which is literally just a period with a blue check mark. They both look absolutely finished right now. Gatling Fair. Jesus Christ. This is supposed to be the same developer that made Halo. Right. So hold up. He said, nah. They are Bungie in name alone. So the people that originally made that are not the same people that are there today. Or at least the good ones, right? Droptown goes, nah, the folks that made Halo all have been let go from the studio. P. Parsons needs another card for the collection. In fact, right, this dude, P is the only one from the Halo days now, but he didn't do crap on the game. He has the voice to Microsoft at the time. He said they're long gone. He said that they died a long time ago. Somebody said that. So about the plagiarism, Dragon Hearts go. Poor Joe did nothing wrong. So you all are canceling this now, and this is why Destiny 3 won't be a thing? Like, did all spirit just fade? Yeah. So that's another thing, too. They're canceled Destiny 3, which I'm sure would have been an instant seller. They canceled that to make this absolute joke of it. Man, that's crazy. Those poor Destiny fans, man. Shout out to my homie PC, man. He's a big Destiny fan, and it's so sad to see that the folks that making that game absolutely don't care about him or any of the other people who like love that game. It's just really sad, man. Really sad. Because my homie, he like puts money into that game. And these people just take his money and they put schmucks up here. It's crazy, bro. Is that what that looks like? He looks just like this kid. What movie is this from? Cancel the game at this point. No one's interested in this crap. That's what Jack Bauer says. I will make sure none of my friends and relatives buy from me. Critiquing blue-collar workers was a huge mistake. After the theft from artists, I cannot even imagine how aggressive your monetization would have been in Marathon after seeing Destiny 2. We just spoke a little bit about that. Get a lot of DLC. It costs a lot of money. A lot of work put into it. But insane. David Anderson. Once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is enemy action, 5 times means P. Parson needs a new car. Is this the dad, CEO of Bungie and Bungie Love? This is the guy that bought all these cars and all these people got laid off. And he like showed this guy showed those people who were laid off or the people that work at his company his new cars. But the people at your company lost their job, man. Why are you showing them your cars that it's crazy, man. Destiny 3 on the next gen gaming will save Bungie. Cancel Marathon. He wants to bet these thieves are going to charge more for their joke of a game now that they have to make their own art. If they can't steal from artists, they have to steal from someone. Why not their customers? The PR genius that decided this would be a good time for a media event needs to be fired. This was the most deftone response to the entire stolen art controversy. What the heck what are you doing over there? Woo. Well, expect more layoffs in 2026. You guys earned them. So they probably won't even see those layoffs this year. You know, this is something that will have to be in effect after the full term, the full year. Let me know. Cheap Dude is on Blue Sky. Yeah, this game is mega cooked. And I'm saying this as someone that was cautiously optimistic. Bungie needs to do better as a whole. This is the 4th time they've been accused of plagiarism. We'll read one more. This is Drags 119. He goes, this is not the studio that made Halo. The studio made Destiny a grindy money trap job of a game. I stopped playing any game from them after Destiny 1. I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain. Fits so well. Well, there it is. That's on their actual post. Now, this is the access point. Okay, so it's on here. So it's on Marathon the Game. That's where it's